Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, keep on watching.
So I already moisturized my face, and I apologize for the noise. My dishwasher and my fridge is making some weird noise. I let the moisturizer sit for about like 5 minutes or so, and my hair is still wet, so I'm pushing it back right now. Since my skin has been so funky, it's been dry, but then also oily, and I've been having like a lot of like texture problems lately, I feel like. So I'm gonna be using certain primers to kind of make everything look nicer. So I have been loving this primer. It's really good for like pore minimization. Like I really do have a lot of it like right here. And it's an oil-free primer, which is really, really nice. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of this. Pick you a primer. So here's the product. I'm just gonna smooth it out, warm it up in my fingertips. And then I'm gonna put it right there, put it here, put it here. And then I'm just gonna like massage it gently into my skin, circular motions, because I really want this primer to kind of like fill in all those pores and like buff out imperfections. And I'm really careful with my face because I don't want to be so aggressive to it, and then because your skin can age so quickly by tugging or anything, so I don't want any of that. Okay, feels so nice. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see. I feel like it really did like smooth out this, and I do have a lot of discolorization, and we're gonna fix that. So now I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Smachbox 24-hour photo finish. Oh my god, I just realized Smachbox photo finish, Smachbox photo finish eye primer. Yeah, I just realized that now. It's like a little tacky, and I don't like the way that feels. So what I'm going to do is apply a little translucent powder. You guys know I always use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. That primer feels tacky, so by applying a little powder, it just really smooths it out, and then it just makes the canvas so smooth. So here it is, the Violet Voss Matte About You palette. I love the packaging of this. It has like that rainbow look to it, you see? Ew, you can see all my like fingerprints. Oh no, I don't even know what that is. Oh no, yeah, that's mine. That's my makeup like primer and stuff. So pretty. And how many colors are in here? Yeah, so there are 20 eyeshadows, which I love. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. So it comes with the clear case, the clear plastic to protect the eyeshadows. But here are the colors. This is a great palette, and the eyeshadows are pretty big. So yeah, it's actually not bad compared to a normal palette. I don't have one here, but it's really big. Love the colors. This is like my kind of palette. I'm very into like the neutrals and stuff. And it's so nice. I love it. I'm like still a little scared to do certain colors. I just don't feel comfortable yet, and I realistically, like, I don't think I would wear colors like crazy either anywhere. So I try to stick to something that I would wear, and obviously try to make these looks for all you guys and all those people who love nudes and warmths and all that stuff, and a glitter here and there. So yeah. Okay, so here's the palette. All the colors, very nice, super pigmented. Like, look, very nice, like butter. Okay, and also it comes with a full-size mirror. So here it is. You guys can see my setup. Not so great. Okay, so yeah.
So starting with a fluffy pointed brush, I'm going to be picking up the color Crush, and I'm going to apply this right into my crease. And I'm going to create a wash of this color. Like you guys always know, I do this to one eye and then I repeat it to the other eye. I just want to create a wash of it. I'm not trying to be very specific with this, so don't stress it if it doesn't come out perfect. So using a smaller brush, this brush is actually less fluffier, and so it's a little denser. So I'm going to pick up the color Desire, And I didn't realize this color is very pigmented. Actually, the whole palette is very pigmented. So I actually applied a little bit of that, and then I used the clean fluffy brush, and I just kind of blended the crap out of this color. Like I said, I did pick up a little bit too much, so I wanted to fix my little boo-boos I made. So now using that fluffy brush, I'm going to blend out this color just to make it less intense. So using a smaller pointed brush, I'm going to be picking up the color Sweet, and I'm going to apply this right at the outer corners of my eye. And I'm just going to start adding some more depth into my color because like I feel like I'm looking a little washed out. So I need to add a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to apply this right at the outer part of my eyelid and bring it into the center a little bit. And then I'm going to just blend it out afterwards. These colors are very pigmented, so I am picking up a little color as I go, and I'm going to build it up as I am applying, because last thing I want is a lot of color on my lid, and then I won't be able to fix it. So using the color Darling and a smaller brush, I'm going to be picking up this brownish color, and I'm going to layer this over that color Sweet, just because it is pretty patchy. So I do want that color to fill in any of those patches, and I kind of want to smooth it out with that color. So it's going to be like a nice transition from a little lighter to a little darker. So I still feel like it's pretty patchy, so I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush, and I'm going just to blend out those two colors together. I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the color Sweet at the corner of my eyes just to make it a little bit more darker and smoky. So now using the color Sweet Talk and a flat brush, I'm going to apply this right at the inner part of my eye. I kind of want it to be a little bit more lighter. So I'm just applying a little bit of that in the inner part of my eye, and then I'm going to blend it out. So if it looks patchy and doesn't look smooth, it doesn't really matter. We're going to blend this out, and it's going to like mesh and just look so pretty together. So what I'm trying to create is a nice transition from the light color to the darker colors. So with the flat brush, I'm going over with that light color a little bit over the darker colors, and then I'm going to pick up more of that color Sweet and apply it over the light color. So it just creates a nice transition between light from dark. Last thing you want is a harsh line in between. So what you're going to do is just feather out that darkness towards the lightness. And you can see I'm picking up more of that light color as well, and I'm just like feathering it out. So it just blends in nicely. So for foundation today, I'll be using the Clinique Even Better in the color Deep Neutral. This is the only color that matches my skin right now. So I want to share my foundation. So I'm applying a little Fix Plus behind my hand and applying a few drops of foundation as well. And then I'm going to wet my brush, and then I'm going to apply this on my face. And this just helps my foundation sheer out a little bit more, and also apply a little moisture without applying a lot of like moisturizer on my skin, because then I get super oily and I don't like that feeling. And then I'm just going to use my beauty blender or whatever beauty sponge and make sure that's nice and blended out, and make sure my eyes don't crease. Finally, I'm going to be using the Tarte Tape Shape Concealer. Now this is pretty full coverage, so a little bit goes a long way, and it's pretty heavy on my skin, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shear it out with a brush. So I always apply my concealer going downwards on my skin, just to make sure my pores are nice and covered. And last thing I want is my concealer to crease. So I'm going to make sure that concealer is nice and set. And then I'm going to be applying my translucent powder, like you guys always know, under my eyes, because last thing you want is a creasy under eye and it looks cakey and gunky, and no, that don't look cute. So always set your under eyes, especially with this, since it is pretty heavy, just make sure you set it to the max. So I have been loving my new bronzer, Wet n Wild pressed powder in the color Cocoa, and I'm using a angled brush, and I'm going to be bronzing my face with this. So now I'm going to apply a little blush using one of my MAC blushes, the Modern Mandarin blush. I'm using a flat brush and applying this right over that bronzer that we applied and applying a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. I just love this color. It looks so great on my skin. So time for like my favorite part. I'm using my L'Oreal eyebrow pencil, which I freaking love. This is like the easiest thing to do on me, so it's like my favorite part because it's like the less time consuming, I think. Plus I just got my eyebrows threaded, so they're super sharp, super crisp, and super easy to fill them in. Yeah. So if you guys want to see like a full eyebrow routine, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do a full video and just show you guys how I do my eyebrows, and I'll just focus a whole video on that so you guys can see how I actually do them. Because I feel like I just always fast track my eyebrows just because it's so simple and it's so easy and it's always the same. Time for the worst part that I hate, the part that I dread, doing my wing. Sometimes it comes out great, sometimes it doesn't. You guys know. So I'm using a brown felt tip pen. This is the Kat Von D one. I hate using felt tip just because I feel like I don't have that much control. But for some reason, it just worked out great for me that day. And I love this color in particular. The color is in Mad Max. It's like a dark brown black. It's just so pretty. And plus, I don't always want to do harsh wings or like really dark ones. So I feel like this one is just like perfect. I can wear this during the day and it's not super intense, but yet you could still notice it. It's just so pretty. I just love this color. And as you can see, I stuck and I have to fix my wings. So I'm grabbing a little bit more of that concealer, my tape shaped concealer, and applying it back on my hand. And I'm going to use a small little brush and I'm going to just fix those boo-boos I created. Now time to curl my lashes and apply some mascara. This is always the same. I'm not doing lashes like falsies, so I'm just making sure I'm very generous and covering every lash that I have. Since I don't have very thick or full lashes, I do have long lashes, but not very thick or full. I'm just going to make sure I kind of build up my mascara and make them look and appear thicker. So now using this orangey color called Mesmerized, I'm going to be applying this right on my lower waterline and my lower lash and just add a little bit more of the coralness theme that I'm going for here. And then also applying a little bit of that red color called Passion right over that color as well. I'm just applying this more in the center and the outer part of my eye. And whatever I've left over, just bringing it in. And obviously I have bold lower lashes, so I'm going to apply a little mascara. So using the color Sweetheart, it's like this whitish color, and I'm applying this right on my eyebrow bone to lighten it up. And I'm also going to apply this in the inner part of my eye just to add more lightness and brightness to my eye. The brighter the eye, the better it is. It looks like you're more rested. It just makes it look so pretty. As I'm doing this voiceover, I'm falling in love again with this eye look. I have been loving this Wet n Wild highlighter. Oh my god, they've been stepping up their game. I know I'm a little old to this right now, I guess. This has been out for a little while, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Finally got my hands on it. Anyway, you guys know I always highlight my cheeks, the tip of my nose, my eyebrow bone, and I'm going to apply a little bit of highlight right over that white color in the inner part of my eye. A little glitter doesn't hurt. So yeah, I'm all glittered out, I'm all highlighted, I'm all brightened up. Now I'm going to set my face with a little Fix Plus to make sure everything stays and doesn't move, and it's just so refreshing. I just love this. Gotta be kidding me. So my camera wasn't recording, so I started applying my lip stain. This is from Colourpop. As you can see, I already outlined my lips. Now I'm just filling them in. Pretty basic. And here is my final look. I hope you guys love it. I love creating it. I really enjoyed using this palette. I do recommend it if you guys really like your neutrals. It just looks so pretty. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Yeah, nice little things.
Are you done?
Hold on. Yeah. Now I'm done. Go.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.